So for those of you who've been following along the build of this GT, you'll know that this car had a built engine in it, and if you look at the engine, it actually has this hole right here between the cylinders, and I don't know how that happened. Maybe it happened at the machine shop, but anyway, I've been looking over this old engine while the car was up, getting the new engine put in. I had already replaced the engine myself, but then my friend said that he could replace the engine since he has a shop and they needed to do it for projects. So these are the cylinder heads and the crank's pretty screwed from the knock because the bearings just destroyed the crank. And as far as the engine goes, you can look, it had all new head gaskets, everything's too bad. The pistons were running really rich, but they were in good shape, so all the pistons seem to be okay. There's no scarring on the block or anything, but I did get the one of the pistons out here to look it over, and you can see it had Eagle rods and Ari's pistons. A really expensive setup, really nice stroker kit, so it's too bad. We'll see if any of this can be salvageable. But anyway, my friend called me and said that the car was finished, so I went up to get it, and there it was sitting in the parking lot, all ready to go. It was really fun, so I took it down the street a little bit and then got out to take a picture or a video and walk around for a second and see the car running here by itself, and it's been put together really nicely. And as I was taking the car home, my wife gave me the ride up there in the Tahoe to go get it, and she needed to stop by the college, so we stopped by the college, and she had to go do something real quick, so I took a video of the car here in the parking lot at the college. And the really significant thing about this was this is where I parked my 97 V6 Mustang with Danny Johnson's 97 V6 Mustang when we went to college our first semester back in 2007. 2006, 2007. And so it's really cool to be back here, only instead of with our V6s, we have the GT that we always wanted. And another cool thing is alongside our two V6 Mustangs in this parking lot right here was a blue 98 GT. And that was a car that we had made friends with the owner at the college, and we used to park next to each other, and it was blue with bullet wheels, and it was just really a neat time. Back then these cars were a lot newer and better shape and everything, so I wasn't really expecting to do this on the way home with the car, but it turned out to be a really neat thing that I was picking up the car and I was able to take it somewhere that had some sentimental value for me and my brother. And I know he's going to enjoy seeing these pictures and see the car there because it's just something that was important to us at the time. Also, I saw this V6 Mustang there at the college in the parking lot, and it's funny because I was just thinking of a 99 Mustang V6 that belonged to a kid in high school. It was before I even had a Mustang. And I was just thinking about how back then a Mustang for me was totally out of the question. I couldn't afford one. There was no way I was going to be able to have one. And I remember watching this kid not take very good care of his. And I walked up to his car and looked at the 35th anniversary badge, just like the one on this car right now. That's why I wanted to go look at this badge again and take a picture of it, because I was remembering how bad I wanted that badge. I wanted a Mustang so bad. I wanted to have that badge, and how cool it looked with the 35th anniversary ring around it. And his car was laser red, just like this. It was a hardtop in a 5-speed. And I just remember sitting on the school bus and looking out in the parking lot every time he got to go get in the Mustang and drive it home. And he didn't really take very good care of it. It was dirty all the time. It was just one of those things where I said to myself, if I ever had a Mustang, I would keep it clean. And sure enough, when Danny Johnson and I got our V6 Mustangs, they were always spotless, waxed. If it ever rained on them, we'd wash them before we put them back in the garage. It was what started a lot of this Mustang stuff for me at that age. So to see this 99 parked in that college parking lot was really special to me, because I was just thinking about that kid's car back in high school and thinking about how much I wanted it. It even had those same 3-spoke V6 wheels on it. But anyway, so it was really a neat Mustang experience, just bringing the car home and seeing these other Mustangs and going to a place where the 90s GTs meant a lot to me. So the car's home now, and I have some stuff to do with it. Oh, and a special little surprise too, a little bonus feature of this video. I got home today from work. I was driving my blue Mach 1, and when I got home, across the street, I have some neighbors who moved in, a nice younger kid who has a 2011 or 12 GT500, and his friend was over working on his new Mustang, and that Mustang happens to be my old 98 Cobra. And if you know the story about that 98 Cobra, it's really cool. It goes back to me being a kid and seeing that car since it was brand new, and then I ended up owning it. It needed some work. Danny Johnson and I had bought the car together, had a lot of project videos on his channel and on mine, and update stories. So it's cool to see the car's in good hands. He really likes it and takes care of it. He put some new seats in it, and he's been doing some nice things to the car. And I went over and talked to them for a long time. They're putting lowering springs in it right now, and we had a good time talking. And I said to him how cool it is that that car used to be parked in my driveway over here. It used to be my car, and it's neat to see it over there and being taken care of. And he mentioned how he wanted to put some wheel spacers on it, and I had 2 extra sets, so I just gave him a set of my wheel spacers, let him choose which ones he wanted, and just said it's the least I could do for my old 98 Cobra that I really care about, and I'm glad to see that somebody has it in good hands. He said the car drives great, which I knew it did. It had a new engine in it, and he was saying how it goes up to 130 and cruises real nice. And I laughed, and he's having good fun with the car. He's taking care of it. It has new tires on it, everything. So he had mentioned how much he loves the front bumper and those round fog lights, and I had told him that I had done the wire upgrade under the center console to make it so that on that year you could run the fog lights independent of the headlights, so that was kind of fun to talk about for a minute. Anyway, just a little update story on that Cobra as well as my 97 GT. So it's nice to have the car back. Like I said, I had already replaced the engine in it once, and I was going to have to do it again because the new engine had a knock, and it was nice of my friend to do this project for me in his shop. So I'm going to definitely have more things to do to the car now that I have it back, and so stay tuned for more of the updates on this car. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy these update videos and also my Mustang stories.